Folks, so I want to show you something. All right, folks, I want to show you something, pretty fancy. And you know what? I am not like pedantic, like to say, hey, you can't use this, you have to use that. Jumping rope should be fun, okay? So you can use whatever you want. And for some people, it may become really hard for you to jump a standard jumping rope or beaded rope. That's okay, right? Because you know what? If the room is too small, you're in a crowded space, or it becomes too hard for you to adjust your coordination, but still you won't enjoy it, you can start here, okay? This is a typical cordless jump rope, okay? And so basically it's just like two separate handles, and each with a very short cord ending with the weighted ball or sphere, okay? And some of the jump rope can have weight to it. So this way, it may not just be simply jumping the rope. You might just, practicing the boxing foots, right? So you can get like a lot of like movements of your foot, and not necessarily it's just for like skipping the rope, like jump the rope, because there's no rope for you to skip, okay? But basically, all this is a simulation, right? Simulation of the wrist rotation, okay? And if you add a weight to it, it kind of adds some of a resistance, okay? Because basically, if you're using the jump rope, you still got a resistance. Now you have to actively, right, make it down, okay? Every time you move it up, and then you have to like actively push it down, okay? So you sort of, this is just simulate that weight, okay? And you make your wrist moving and make your posture right, and then you can focus on anything else, like the, for example, the footwork, right? Really tiny space. There's no way that you can get the full rope that going all the way before and go down and do that movements. You can still add in weights. You can still do this, okay? And you still can practice, right? But here's the thing. You can't do all the tricks using this, right? You can't do the tricks. And the visual feedback is silly, okay? I know this seems like, what I'm doing. You might feel that, I'm so silly, it's not even a rope. But you know what? I think this is a very efficient way of doing it, okay? Even though you don't see the rope, you can still simulate every movement. To be honest, if you want to do the trick, you can still doing the trick using this, but without the visual effect of the tricks. And also, this can give you a consistency training. So basically, it's just a like different muscle that you'll try to use, different trick, different movements. It's just based on muscle for you to choose. So I think sometimes you can even train some of the different muscles. So for example, you want like this, you won't be able to like skipping rope, jump rope this way, right? You can't do this movement, but you know what? Using this, you can do all sort of movements, okay? As long as it's safe for you, okay? So for those who can't complete the skipping rope, the jumping rope, like the normal standard rope, or if the room is too small, or if you want to practice different muscles, or if you want to focus on, say, the feet, or you don't want to get too frustrated about like trip yourself, you can do this, okay? But you are not going to follow some of the trick parts of this series of videos, because some of the tricks do require you to using the rope to do things. Some of the tricks do require you to use, say, the beaded rope, because it's so much easier to keep the shape, and then you can like bring that skip rope out at a certain side, and then bring it back and catch it. So yeah, there are some pros and cons about this, but it's also a very good start. I don't want to get hey, don't buy this. It's not some fancy thing that forbid you for your jumping rope journey, but rather it's a very good thing, okay? So yeah, if you got this, you can still follow along, but I think at the basic area you can follow along, but for the trick part, you might just using just a few dollars to buy a beaded rope or a PVC rope. Okay.